The employee who refused to stay safe. At 7:45 every morning, Daniel Carter clocked in. Same desk, same coffee, same small talk. He wasn't miserable, just safe. Too safe. But deep inside, Daniel had a quiet ache. The kind that whispers, "You were made for more." Daniel worked at a large insurance company. For 10 years, he'd been Employee of the Month. Reliable Daniel, the guy who never took risks and never made mistakes. His co-workers admired his stability. His boss appreciated his predictability. But his bank account told a different story. Flat, stagnant, just like his ambition. Every evening, Daniel would walk past a glowing sign across the street that read, "Startup Incubator, Ideas Welcome." He'd glance at it, then keep walking. It wasn't for people like him. At least that's what he thought. One rainy Thursday, Daniel overheard two interns chatting in the office. "Man, I just pitched my idea for an app that tracks daily spending habits," one said. "They're funding the top 3 ideas next week." Daniel froze. He'd had that same idea years ago. A simple budgeting app that made saving money feel like a game. But he'd buried it. Too risky, too uncertain, too unsafe. That night, Daniel sat in his apartment, staring at the blinking cursor on his laptop. For the first time in a decade, he didn't open his work email. He opened a blank page and typed 3 words. Budget Hero App. For weeks, Daniel worked late nights, coding, sketching, learning. He risked rejection, humiliation, and failure. When he finally submitted his idea to the incubator, his hands trembled. On the day of the pitch, he stood in front of a panel of investors, heart racing, palms sweating. Halfway through, the projector froze. His slides disappeared. The old Daniel would have panicked. But the new Daniel smiled and said, "Maybe I don't need slides to tell you what I believe in." He spoke from his heart, about financial discipline, about ordinary people who just needed a simple tool to take control of their money. Silence filled the room when he finished. Then came applause. Months later, Budget Hero hit the market. Within a year, it had 2 million users. Daniel's former boss subscribed to it. His co-workers downloaded it. And the man who once feared stepping out of line was now running his own company. Daniel stood outside the same office building he once entered every morning. He smiled. Not because he'd escaped the job, but because he'd escaped the cage of comfort. He finally understood what life had been whispering all along. Success begins where comfort ends.